On October 24th, 1929, Black Thursday, the market broke. By the time the dust settled, I had made over $100 million. Some estimates say more. Newspapers called me the man who broke the market. I was on the front page of every financial publication in the country. I was 52 years old, and I was the most famous trader in the world. And then I did it again, the same mistake, bigger scale, more devastating consequence. Flushed with the greatest victory of my career, I began trading without my rules, without my stops, without my plans made in advance. I listened to people I should not have listened to. I made bets I should never have made. I held positions I should have exited. By 1934, just 5 years after my greatest triumph, I was bankrupt. $100 million. Gone. My family, my reputation, my confidence. All of it eroded by the same force that had destroyed me in 1907. The refusal, or perhaps the inability to protect what I had made. A man who knew me well said this about me afterward. He said Jesse could read the market like no one who has ever lived, but he could not read himself. He was right. And that is the full weight of the golden rule. It is not merely a trading technique. It is a discipline of self-knowledge, of knowing your own weakness in the moment of your greatest strength. Enough history. Let us talk about you. Because these patterns are not real licenses of 1907 or 1929. They are happening in your brokerage account right now, today, every week. The same human weaknesses, the same biological traps, the same fatal moment of overconfidence after a big win. Here are 5 concrete rules drawn directly from everything I learned that will protect your profits starting with your very next trade. Before you place any trade, write down the exact price at which you will take your profit. Not approximately, exactly. And the exact price at which you will cut your loss. Both numbers, on paper, before the trade opens. This takes 10 minutes. It will save you a fortune. If a position has moved significantly in your favor, put a stop at your entry price, at minimum. If the market comes back to where you bought it, you exit. No exceptions, no negotiations. No, I'll give it a little more room. A trade that goes from profit to loss does more damage than almost any other experience in this business. Protect yourself from it absolutely. You do not have to exit completely at once. I rarely did. But I always took money off the table as a trade moved in my favor. Sell a portion at your first target. Sell more at your second. Let the rest run negative. But now you are running with profit already secured. The psychological pressure changes entirely when you have already banked some of your gain. You think more clearly. You make better decisions. You are no longer desperate. This goes against every instinct. Your confidence, after a large profit, is at its highest. You feel like you understand the market. You feel like you cannot be wrong. That is precisely when you must become your most cautious self. The market does not reward confidence. It punishes overconfidence. After every major win, act as if you know nothing. Start small again. Rebuild your position carefully. Let the market prove to you that the conditions still exist before you bet large again. Most traders record their entries and their exits. I kept something more important. After every profitable trade, I wrote down every moment where I had been tempted to break my rules. Every moment where greed had whispered in my ear and I had almost listened. I called these my danger notes, and I read them before every major trade. Because temptation always comes in the same disguise. Once you recognize it, you can defeat it. Think about what happened during the great cryptocurrency run of 2020 and 2021. Ordinary people turned thousands into hundreds of thousands. Everything was going up. Everybody felt like a genius. And then 2022 arrived, and those same people who had made extraordinary profits on paper held. They held because they had not planned their exit in advance. They held because the profit felt like free money, and free money is easy to risk. They held because their brain told them there was more to come. They held until 80–90% of their gains were gone. Some held until there was nothing left at all. This is not a new story. In 1929, it was stocks bought on margin. In 2000, it was dot-com companies with no earnings. In 2008, it was leveraged real estate. In 2021, it was meme stocks and digital coins. Every generation a new instrument, the same human being, the same fatal weakness. the same refusal to take the profit and walk away. The market does not change. Human nature does not change. The golden rule does not change. What can change is you, if you choose to let it. On the 28th of November 1940, I walked into the Sherry Netherland Hotel in New York City. I sat down, and I ended my life. I was 63 years old. I left a note. It said my life has been a failure. I have thought about that note for a long time, and I do not believe it was true. I was not a failure because I could not make money. I made more money than almost any man of my era. I was not a failure because I did not understand the market. I understood it better than perhaps anyone who has ever lived. I was a failure, if that word must be used, because I could not protect what I built. Because in the moments when it mattered most, I abandoned the rules that had made me. Because I confused a winning streak with wisdom. Because I let the greatest enemy a trader has, his own ego, his own excitement, his own desperate greed, take back everything the market had given me. I am telling you this not to make you feel sorry for me. I am telling you this so that you do not make the same mistake. The market will give you opportunities, real ones, extraordinary ones. There will be moments in your trading life when everything aligns and the money comes in a way that feels almost supernatural, a way that makes you feel chosen, special, brilliant. That is the moment. That is the exact moment when you must remember this rule with every cell in your body. Lock it in, protect it. Take it off the table before the market changes its mind. Because the market always changes its mind. And it has no obligation to give you warning. The profit is yours only when you have protected it. Until then, it is still the market's money. And the market always wants it back. Never give it back. That is the golden rule. That is the only rule that truly matters. And if you follow it, you will do what I could not. You will keep what you earn. The market did not beat me. I beat myself. Because though I had brains, I could not sit still and protect what I had made. Jesse Livermore, if this video made you think differently about how you protect your profits, share it with one trader who needs to hear it. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. And if you want to go deeper into Livermore's rules, his full system, his entry methods, his position sizing, subscribe, because we are just getting started.